Kyle, can you believe that it's almost October?
You know, when this podcast actually comes out, it will be October, which is insane. Like when we're recording this, it's September 29th.
I know.
It's hard to believe how fast this year has gone. And I feel like I say that every year. Yeah. It's like, can you believe it's already summer? Can you believe it's Christmas already? But really, like, we've been here at Palmetto for almost a year.
Yeah.
Almost exactly a year now. That is
hard to believe, yeah.
Which is really weird. Like you blink and time just flashes by.
Yeah.
But you know, it's cool outside, partially because there's a hurricane coming in as we speak.
Yeah.
But like it starts to feel like fall, and I really love this
not even
time
getting
of
in
year.
the 80s next week. I'm excited.
No, I'm wearing, you can't see this on camera, but I'm wearing long pants.
Which he rarely wears.
I never wear long pants unless I'm like at church. So this is a very big deal. I'm wearing like a jacket too. It was chilly this morning when I walked outside.
Right.
Which I love. So I'm hoping that the cool weather sticks around when we have our fall festival and our trunk or treat
I'm excited
and
about
everything
that.
at the end of the month. So we got a pretty exciting event coming up here at our church here in Irmo. If you'd like more information about that, you can find that on our website.
Yeah.
But it's toward the end of the month, and it's a big, we call them fall festivals. And have you ever thought that it's interesting that we don't call it anything related to Halloween? It's always fall festival, like it's some kind of avoidance of Halloween. Do you think there's a reason for that? Do you think it's just coincidental that we do that?
No, I think it's purposeful. I think we call it fall festival because we want to, in a way, we want to disassociate ourselves with the word Halloween. I don't think we need to do that, but I think we do. You know, you and I were talking not long ago about Halloween. Almost embarrassed to admit this, that when my kids were little, we decided, well, I say we decided, probably it's more me than my wife. We decided we weren't going to celebrate Halloween.
Okay.
I had done some thought about it and some study on it, and I thought, maybe it's not right for a Christian to celebrate Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there can be darkness associated with it, witches and goblins and the devil and all that. Yeah. And so there was a period in time where, by the way, my kids to this day call me out on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My son Josh, who's now 38,
he
lives here. He lives here in Columbia. I think that, by the way, that's one of the reasons why he celebrates Halloween up big.
Oh, does he?
Because when he was growing up, we didn't celebrate Halloween. So
right.
We would literally, by the way, I mean, it's embarrassing to say this. We'd go in our house and we would turn out the lights.
Like nobody come over here.
Don't come by our house. We didn't have anything. But I mean, I was doing that for my conscience.
100%. I get it.
I felt like it was not something that Christians should do. And I've since then changed my mind, about Halloween and redeeming it and what it means. I mean, have you ever had any hesitation about Halloween as a Christian?
Now, I'll say in short, no, not necessarily like, oh, should I as a Christian be celebrating this? But I will say, Halloween is my least favorite holiday of the year.
Really? Why is that?
I don't like scary things.
Okay.
I don't like horror movies. I don't like haunted houses. I don't like,
down.
Yeah,
don't
go
scare
ahead.
Kyle.
I don't like any of those things. So Halloween is just like the epitome of all of that. And I know it's fun with the kids. And
scary movies, you wouldn't watch a scary movie then?
Absolutely not. The last scary, I've watched scary movies since then, but the most vivid memory that I have was me and a group of friends from high school went and saw Paranormal Activity 3. So this is dating me a little bit. It's like 2011, 2010 when this came out. Yeah. Whether or not we were actually supposed to be at that movie, I don't really know. I might be outing myself. But we go, and interestingly enough, all of the people in the movie theater were from my high school. We didn't plan it.
Oh, really?
There were 2 people in the theater that were not from our high school. It was a very strange experience. Yeah. So it was kind of interesting.
Were you on a date or were you just
it was two of my buddies, just 2 of my dudes, and we're watching and we're screaming like little schoolgirls. It was terrible. And I didn't like it, and it was at nighttime, and you walk outside and you're still a little scared. It's just not my thing. I watched a movie called The Strangers. Many years ago. I'm 28. Come on. But it's one of those like, it could really happen scary movies. And I think those are the worst, like stuff that like could legit, don't even put that in my radar. So let me bring that back around to Halloween. I think it's adorable when my kids dress up. I love eating all of their candy. This time of year, I get a little bit puffier because I eat all of the candy out of their candy buckets. So that part is fine. I think it's more my distaste for scary things.
Okay.
That has anything to do with my dislike for Halloween.
So it doesn't have anything to do with your theology. It has to do just with your personal,
Yeah. And, you know, I knew people who didn't celebrate Halloween who were like, nope, we're not doing trick-or-treating. We're not doing any of those things. I mean, you know, granted, like the church that I grew up in, I don't remember doing a trunk-or-treat for the first few years. Like I was probably a teenager until we did. But then
by the way, our goal is to have 50
cars,
250 people for trunk or treat this year. And I know Lane and I, we're going to do the truck. We're going to do the truck.
I think we could do it. I think it's going to go 50. Big.
I mean, that's going to be great.
It'll be awesome. And I mean, there's going to be bounce houses and all kinds of stuff. It's a big deal. So
that's right. It's a big deal.
We're really excited about that. But yeah, you know, Halloween's one of those things. I think there are a lot of people now, granted, there are guaranteed to be people in the comment section who are going to blast us on both sides.
Sure.
There will be folks who are going to say, hey, how dare you celebrate Halloween as a Christian? And they'll give you articles and all the things. So please, if you're on either side, if you're putting people on blast for either reason, please leave that out of the comment section. We are not interested in those kinds of conversations. We're interested in moving forward and growing. I say that to say, I would love to see more unity in that. In those places, as in any issue, I would love to see people who both can support Halloween and not support Halloween, not let it be a reason for fighting this time of year. It's just, we're close to election cycles. It's just not the time and the place. Enjoy the kids running around having a good time. Enjoy running up and down the streets with your friends, like all of those things.
That's right. Let the kids enjoy it. And you know, part of what changed me is I began to realize when it came to, no, it's not just Halloween. There are other holidays as well. You know, people always want to point back to some kind of pagan roots or pagan things that were celebrated.
Of course.
You know, one of the things I love about Christianity is the ability to go into any culture and redeem parts of that culture.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? To turn it around and use it for God.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we're taking, can you celebrate Halloween in a dark way?
Absolutely.
Of course you can.
Absolutely. But you can also celebrate any other holiday.
You can do that. You can do that. Christmas, you can celebrate in a dark way. You know, there's some movies that come out pretty dark about Christmas, you know, if you know that. So you can celebrate something in a dark way. But what I love about Christianity is God's ability. He not only redeems people, he redeems things.
Yeah, that's true.
He redeems our habits, our activities. And so we're taking something that could be dark and we're turning it into a force for light and for good, bringing people together and getting kids together and even a chance for people not just to be together and enjoy some candy, but for people to get to know each other and who we are as a church. That's part of the reason we do this. We want our community to come and say, listen, if you don't have a faith family, then please check us out and see who we are.
Absolutely.
You know? I mean, we won't give you candy every week. But
just occasionally. We do have really good bread every Sunday, though. Yeah, There's a couple of our church makes really good bread.
Yeah, we do.
You talk about God redeeming things, and it just reminds me of the cross, in that the cross was a murder weapon. It was an execution tool of the Roman government. Good point. And God used something like that to bring abundant life and eternal life to all people. I mean, if God can do that,
I love that illustration,
with the darkest of things, he can do that with anything.
That's right.
A holiday included.
That's right.
So
Amen.
I think that's just one of those moments where God can do anything, and we get to enjoy the benefits of that. So enjoy all the beauty of it.
I do want to add to that. If your conscience, if it goes against your conscience, by all means,
absolutely
don't do it.
Absolutely.
And don't judge people either way. I mean, this is one of those. This is one of those Romans 14 things. This is one of those things where, you know, you can eat the meat, not eat the meat, whatever it is. Don't judge one another for doing it. I'm at a different place now than I was, you know, earlier on in my life. But keep studying it. Always be open.
Absolutely.
Don't just think, hey, I've got the answer.
You
know, be those wineskins that Jesus talked about, ready to receive, new thoughts.
Absolutely.
When they come in.
As soon as you have convinced yourself that you have arrived at the place, you're probably further away than you ever thought you were.
Yeah.
And you have more to grow, more
that's
time.
When you really don't know anything.
Yeah.
When you think you know everything, that's when you know nothing.
Man, then there's a lot of times when I don't know anything at that point. Well, that's awesome. I'm actually excited about Halloween this year. We're in a new neighborhood. You know, we moved down to South Carolina last year. So like, this is the first time we actually get to celebrate Halloween back in South Carolina, officially. Last year we technically did, but we were in limbo a little bit. this year it's where we're here at home and this is our place.
So is your neighborhood going to be a good place for the kids to trick or treat?
I think so. I really think so. You know, our neighborhood is a good size because it's not massive, but it's also not tiny either. Like you could make it through the entire neighborhood in a pretty reasonable amount of time. There's a lot of kids running up and down the roads. We'll probably end up with my folks in like my aunt and uncle's neighborhood because the people give out really good candy. Yeah. They give out like the full size candy bars.
You need to come to our street.
Hey,
we've got, by the way, one of the guys on our street has, I mean, it's literally, I think it's either 14 or 18 foot skeleton.
Oh yeah.
This thing is huge. My wife and I go out walking every morning. The first morning we walk by, I double take. Whoa, man, that's a huge skeleton. So anyway, just prepare your kids for that if they come.
Yeah, there you go. I love that. So we're looking forward to Halloween. Hope you guys are enjoying this season. I mean, because this is us ramping up to the holiday season.
Yeah.
Because I was walking in Walmart last week, and I cannot believe this is the thing. I'm walking toward the lawn and garden center. I'm looking for a very particular item. And what do I see on the aisle walking outside but Halloween and Thanksgiving things, which is fine. It's almost that time of year. As soon as you walk into the lawn and garden section, it is full of Christmas.
Yeah. Costco
everywhere. I'm like, guys, it's September.
Yeah.
Please let me enjoy my pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving before you dump in all of the Christmas. And that's coming from somebody who loves Christmas. Like that's my jam. It's my
Costco
time of year.
This huge Christmas tree. By the way, it's like $1,500 for this Christmas tree. It changes from white.
You won't have any more money to put the presents under the tree.
There is no Christmas tree worth $1,500 to me. I'm sorry.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, it's already out everywhere.
That's crazy. But we love it. It's a great time of year.
Yeah. Amen.
It's a great time of year.